Greetings, viewers, and welcome to the snowed-in edition of the Slackers Symposium, coming to you live from the storybook capital of America, which is completely snowed in at the moment. But we're happy to warm your hearts with our content. On a sad note, we do have two slackers here who should be at Walt Disney World right now, but thanks to the Snowpocalypse, remain here in the storybook capital. They never made it out, despite trying to warm the runways and the jets with their lightsabers. Linz and Spoon didn't make it to Walt Disney World. It's sad.
Why aren't you wearing your sackcloth and ashes?
I am not wearing what I wore for the majority of the last week, which is like a Snuggie to the next level. And my dear friend Jarox and Spoon told me, I believe on Wednesday, that it smelled, and told me that I'm going to need to wash it. I'm no longer wearing it, but it kept me warm, so I liked it.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do. This fireplace only fits so much.
Did it smell like a tauntaun?
Actually, Play-Doh.
Smell like Play-Doh. I don't know why. Maybe it came like that. I don't know what. Something smells like Play-Doh in our abode, but it smelled, and I made it known.
He hugged me like this. It was okay.
The honeymoon phase is over, viewers.
But we made it through.
We get to treat you, the viewer, with the complete Fab Five. You know and love them all. We're going to start tonight's symposium talking about the classy sachet that should have been taking place probably tomorrow or Sunday, I'm assuming, around some beautiful resort at the WDW. But instead, we have what all race directors have done this year. We're still going to cash in on this bad boy. We didn't just come up with the idea to throw it away. So I'm going to hand it to race director Jarox and Spoon to talk us through the virtual classy sachet. Take it away.
So what the convid couldn't do to the slackers, Snow has done to the slackers. The classy sachet is now virtual. Why are we doing this virtually? Because I have a box of shirts that I don't want at my house. So I got to get rid of these shirts. And what we're going to do for the virtual classy sachet, if you look, link above, we said this race will be 1.93 miles. We're moving the decimal over left one place as opposed to the 19.3 miles in the fairy tale challenge or glass slipper challenge, whatever they want to call it. So if you want to participate in the classy sachet virtually, you must complete 1.93 miles. You must prove that via video. You want to take a picture of your Garmin, your Apple Watch, your whatever you're using. And then also, we would like you to give no longer than a minute's worth of tips for other slackers that you have learned throughout your journey of the classy sachet. So proof, and then tips for fellow slackers, and then you will email this to an email address right here, right there, email address. You email this, and you will give me your address. Not that I'm going to visit you, but we will send you the swag. We'll also include an autographed picture of us because I know that's what you all want.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a shirt and a medal. Linz, will you hold up the shirt?
Can you tell us who designed the shirt?
Jazz, did you design this shirt?
I did indeed design this shirt with a special crown.
How come
Kind of
yours
looks
is red?
Chick-fil-A-ish on yours. Looks red, Jared. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I have my lights are like white.
These are the same color, but look at this beautiful design. Jez, can you tell us a little bit about the components of the design?
It is the crown jewel of slackerdom. Of course, it needs to have what we consider the absolute most valuable jewel of them all, the donut at the very top, the tippy top, if you will. Kind of looks a little Chick-fil-A-ish when it's red.
Ooh, yeah.
Not a bad thing. It's
That is a
classy.
more accurate color, not the
sachet.
one on my screen.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pink one is the more accurate color.
Maybe since
Race
I'm wearing
director,
red.
sir. Maybe. And you're offsetting it. Race director, sir, will you be running those 1.93 miles?
I'll be sending these out to people who do run these, but also include a medal. I do not have a medal to show because it's lost somewhere in the snow, Amazon and USPS or UPS or FedEx. It was lost, so I requested a refund. So I'm going to have to order those components again to make medals. And it will be a medal, MEDAL. So supplies are limited. And this is absolutely free to you guys because, like I said, last episode, I lose money on this channel. So we will.
Let's continue that trend.
Yeah. So if you take time to run those 1.93 miles, send your feedback, your tips, we will send you Slacker swag. Or if you're going to be at Star Wars, we could bring it then. No. 'Cause we're going to have a lot. No, we're going to have a lot of swag to bring for that. So no, we're going to send it to you.
The Run Slacker series will continue.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, you in the back.
We Jaros and Spoon channel in Slacker Nation, we have members of Slacker Nation that span not just the globe. We have members of Slacker Nation all over this great world of ours in many different time zones. Is there a limit of how far you will send swag to?
No, I've never sent anything to England, but I probably will this time. Also, you must have one participant per video. Don't you just do your 1.93 miles and your 5 kids on there also, not sending 6 medals and 6 shirts. One person, one video.
Or maybe
If
can they
there's people,
designate, if there's more people in the video, can they designate who gets the prize and who doesn't at the beginning?
Whoever's talking and whoever's watch mileage is on, that's who it's addressed to. Whoever sends me their address. So
And likes the channel.
yes,
Yeah.
You're not
And tells their mom.
Yeah. If you tell your mom
Or their
about
mother
it, if you're
figure.
running with your
Subscribe.
mom,
Or,
if you're
or
running
your
with your
mother
mom,
figure.
then that's great. Then both of you could separate. Yes. For example, Kimberly, one video. Mama, one video.
Yes.
Guys,
Mr. James,
yes.
one video.
No exceptions. We love you guys. No exceptions.
But it's just like making it clear, like we're not Mother Teresa. We're not going to be giving out medals and shirts like to everyone.
I only have a very limited amount, so whoever decides to do this, well, I like doing this actually will show if people actually, watch the things on here. But you're getting an actual shirt, an actual
It's not
medal.
red.
This is not red. It's more like fuchsia.
Is it a tech fabric or is it cotton?
It is cotton. Little cost. It's not like
Feel of
it's not like the 1/4 portion run.
MK just decided not to participate, I think.
Yes.
We saw it in her
These are
face.
things that I need to know.
That is true. Good question, MK.
It's a wear to breakfast shirt after you run, not wear to run.
Yes.
Wear for
Because
your
it's
after run
classy.
meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the stealthy challenge, it was like a heathered cotton, so a little lighter than this. But you know what? What are we going to do for Star Wars? I don't know. We could do some. We can go back to tech fabric. It's going to be a little warmer. So I don't know.
And I think it's safe to say, with the exception of J. Crow, MK, and Manshiv, most of our Slacker Nation fans are not really looking for shirts they can run in, right?
It's true.
It's not the end goal. Although
I think they're
Uncle
running.
was fast. Oh, and HJ. Oh, we have an actual lot of real runners.
We have lots of real runners.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's just me.
So there it is. Just to recap, 1.93 miles, a tip for all the slackers, and one video per participant. Email it to this email address down here and your address. Supplies are limited. If you get a reply saying, I'm sorry, please don't unsubscribe. If you are subscribed. If not, tell your mom about it and have her.
Or your mother figure.
Will there be any like surprise swag included? Do you think?
Probably.
Yes.
I hope so.
Surprise swag.
Mystery swag. What are those things you can buy at Disney World where like people spend a lot of money on them and you can't see what's in the bag? Like
Blind bags. Blind bags, man.
Yeah.
Blind bags.
Yeah,
I will buy those all day long.
Yeah, blind pack. Like one of them could include this autograph
Signed because I still have a stack.
So who knows? You know, another one could have a printed picture of like our wedding in it.
Lucky them.
Frame it.
We don't have any printed pictures of our wedding yet, so
no, we
this
don't.
would be the first.
Yeah, it'd be a first edition.
Yes. Yeah, I may draw a picture, so you never know. I may include a lock of my hair in it. So
Creepy.
Jake Crow may put a convict test.
I was gonna say, Jake will send a convict test.
We like
And
you
a
to include an antigen test, and you just swab your own nose.
MK could give us tricks on how to actually be a real runner. I would follow the MK plan.
Y'all, I don't have a plan. Come on.
Just get up and go run.
Get up and go.
More of a plan than I have.
I have one comment and one question for the race director. My one comment would be that I successfully won a campaign 99% based on a JESD graphic design. She gets all the credit for the Vote Crow victory. And then my one question would be for race director Jar. I recognize all the characters behind you in the studios today. A tear came to my eye when I saw the Ahsoka doll. But over your right shoulder, what looks left to us, there's one particular plush that I would like to hear a little bit more about, because I don't know all the viewers know about that one.
You know, we've been touting this product for a while. It's been discontinued, but you can still order it on Amazon. Ironically, though, it was in the package that was lost in the tundra of Texas, and that product is unicorn gold. It's going to bring that on the trip. I have it stashed in every bathroom, although there's one bathroom here that don't know where it went, so we're gonna have to find out where that unicorn gold went. But this little character right here is a unicorn gold squatty potty mascot. His name is Dookie. He poops a unicorn. Rainbow. So I received this from the lovely Marvin Dovey, aka J. Crow's parents. So here we go. Every time you need to go, just think of Dookie, and your poop will be as glorious as this.
What mine look like. So thank you for that in-depth explanation of that beautiful plush. That's a limited edition item, by the way. Very hard to come by. I have one here somewhere in Closet Studios. It's somewhere amongst this other junk, but we're excited for the Classy Sachet. I know you are, viewers. Those t-shirts are going to be hot items. They'll probably find them for resale on eBay for high dollars.
Probably.
So probably
high
most likely
dollar.
Are we ready to transition to
why we're here?
the Snowpocalypse?
Yeah.
Many of you are currently at Walt Disney World. Many of you are in states that get lots of snow and know how to handle it. We down here in Texas didn't do so good this time. We actually got a decent amount of snow, and we failed in terms of our power and water. So many of the slackers have been without water and power, or both.
We're still without power, all of us.
All of us. This is all lit by our Jedi kyber crystals, is how we're running this particular episode. So we wanted to talk because now we have a lot of experience. Notice Jez D drinking Topo Chico because she can't drink tap water. We're on a burn foil.
More
notice.
on that later.
We wanted to talk about what you can do when you have no power or water or both, and the creative ways that we pass the time. I know I have some anecdotes I want to share, but I want to hear from the other slackers. And I'm really, as a former New Englander, I lived in Vermont for 7 years, never had a snow day in terms of work or school being canceled because of weather. Lived in a very rural part of the state and still got by. Yet I live in a city that was completely crippled by a few inches of snow. Want to hear what the others have to say about their time without power and water, how we passed the time, and how we made it through. So anyone jump in. Let's hear it.
I'm not fun. I had power. I was one of the lucky ones.
We hate you.
You know,
Same.
it's fine.
I can't,
Grateful.
I have no opinion because I did not lose power. Although I will say that gave me a lot of anxiety when they started talking about the rolling blackouts. I thought, oh my gosh, if I turn on one too many lights, they're going to cut me off. So every day I was like, is today going to be the day? How long am I going to lose power? Do I have enough firewood? What am I going to do with myself? So we were very lucky, and we had our heat going. We did have a wood burning fireplace as a backup. So we were able to Netflix it up and Disney Plus it up and cable and DVR. And I felt so awful for my friends and
I hope you have survivor's guilt.
Not anymore. I think I did before today, because today we had the great thaw. So everyone has power again today. But y'all, it was sketchy. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before, and I've lived here my entire life. We've had some ice storms before, but we've never gotten 14 inches of snow, and we've never been below freezing for multiple days. So that was something that worried me a little. And then seeing how many people didn't have power, hadn't seen that before either. So it was kind of scary. We were lucky, and of course, we reached out to everyone we knew and asked if they needed anything. They could come to our house to warm up or spend the night or take a shower or whatever they needed to do. So that was nice, but it was definitely challenging for the whole city and the whole state.
I was going to say, MK, you reached out to all the slackers to make sure we were all okay. And also, not just below freezing, but like below zero temperatures. But yeah, you used the gift you had with Grace, because I knew that it was possible that we could have that sleepover we always dreamed of.
Linz, would you keep the microphone and tell us about the experience at Spoon Manor?
Yeah, so the experience at Spoon Manor was adventurous. We lost power on late Sunday night, and we got it back very early Wednesday morning. So I don't know the exact number of hours, but it was over 48 that we didn't have power.
Continuously 48, but like when we had power, it was like 30 minutes or enough to hang a curtain rod.
Yes, we did hang a curtain rod because we needed something to block a window.
Because you need like my janky insulation over here, blanket.
So we had a curtain rod. We've sort of just been procrastinating hanging up, and it was like, we need that blocking the window now. We, like everyone, we all lost water for a good long time.
Yes, that is a discussion we will have later in this edition.
So I would say that my primary coping mechanism during the especially the continuous no power, no water, is that I fell back on an age-old comfort of mine, which was stress eating. And there was a lot of eating happening in our house because Jarox and Spoon and I have been blessed with a house that has a gas fireplace, hallelujah, that we learned how to turn on and no one died. There are a few momentary fireballs. I would say.
We were all worried.
We were all genuinely concerned.
My job is to turn the gas on. Her job is to put her hand there and light it.
That sounds about right, Jar.
Yeah.
But we
do you at least have one of those long candle lighters? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. That was another thing where like we were both like, what if this runs out before we, but then we ended up
someone's going to walk to Walgreens is what's going to happen.
Yep, what's going to happen.
In the snow.
We also have gas burners, which was clutch. If we didn't have a fireplace and gas burners, I think it would have been a little less adventurous and fun than it was because we could still cook. And so there was some, actually the only night we had cereal was the night our power came back on. The other nights we actually cooked over the gas stove. So I stress ate. There was one night where I ate not one, not two, not three, not four, but a 5-egg scramble just because I was at the point we hadn't figured out our outdoor refrigerator yet. And I was like, the eggs are going to go bad. I'm cold and eating makes me feel better about life. So I ate a 5-egg cheesy scramble with 2 pieces of peanut butter toast. Actually, no, it wasn't toasted. 2 pieces of peanut butter bread. And I felt great. And it also made you warm. When you eat a lot of food coming from a frying pan, it makes you warm. And it was cold.
Like a bear. Eat the food.
Yeah. So I ate a lot of brownies too. And then of course, how can we forget Jarox and Spoon? What day did we get these?
I left the house every day of the Snowpocalypse, and Sam's Club, God bless you, endorsement implied. Where else can you buy 3 pounds of peanut M&Ms for $10?
We've gone through these in about 3 days, I think. So I'm going to stop there for a second because my computer's about to die. I need to plug it in. So
I'm going to interject anyway because I want to hear about Jared's driving experience for this every day he left the house.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
Yeah, like Sunday when we knew the snow was coming, I was like, let's go get donuts. So we did. And donut place down the street was open and we were like,
best life choice.
We got some donuts and I don't know, there might be 1 or 2 left still. Today's Thursday.
I ate them. I think they're all gone now.
Oh, they're all gone? Okay. Yeah. I ate like 2 of them. I think we got a dozen or so. I think the day after that's when we went to Sam's. When I think the water was on notice. And then got
on Monday?
Our limit of, yeah, I think so. Got our limit of water, got the M&Ms, got some other things. Got stuck a few times in the snow on inclines. Yeah.
Were you panicked?
How far away is Sam's from our house to give people an idea?
On a normal day, maybe 5 minutes. Oh, yeah. Took like 20 minutes to get there. Took the scenic route through the neighborhood. Anytime there's like an incline with snow, I was like, and then you just roll down your window and say, go by me, truck. So yeah, that was fun.
Jared's mom-mobile.
Even today, slid a little bit. What?
It's not a little car. He has an SUV. I mean, I have an itty-bitty car.
It's a mom-mobile. It's, what was our joke? Justin, were you in on that? Whenever we'd see a car like Jared's, it was probably like a 50-year-old woman
wearing it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jay Crow's in Laureate Studios.
Laureate Studios got parked. I decided we have a Ford Explorer, and that's a great snow car because it's good weight balance,
good weight distribution. Yeah,
great weight distribution. You're low to the ground enough, but you're still it's still an SUV. So that's what I drove all week. I worked all week. Hickory Place Screening. We continue to serve our community with COVID testing for the majority of this week. We lost power on Monday at 3:43 p.m. and it came back on at midnight on Wednesday. So that's 2 consecutive nights without power. Our house got down to 43 degrees. Remember, viewers, that we have 2 miniature, and we're on the lake, which is completely frozen. You could walk across Lytle Lake right now.
But it's not recommended.
But
I wouldn't do it.
You might die.
But you could. I've seen footprints out there, so someone did. It's important to remember, viewers, we have 2-month-old miniature dachshunds who require going out for bathroom every hour. So I have been outside quite a bit when it was 7 degrees outside at night. When you walk off of our porch onto our patio, we have this yellow ice, or we had, it melted now, but we had this yellow iceberg that developed because the dogs realized they could take 2 steps off the porch and do their thing. And so literally we had this, and it was almost the color of a yellow, like Big Bird yellow, probably 4 by 3 feet of frozen pea, essentially. So that's what we got to deal with during this snow event. I fortunately have a 25-degree rated sleeping bag, and we have multiple laptops, and I have lots of DVD box sets. And so Lindsay and I would get on the couch in our sleeping bags. Imagine 2 people dressed like they were going to go skiing for the day in sleeping bags with 4 dachshunds in between them on a couch watching a laptop. And we watched the first 2 seasons of Sopranos.
Oh,
really good stuff. When the power came on, I was dead asleep. It was midnight on Thursday. And I remember Lindsay cheering as if her team had won the World Series, that the power was back on at midnight. We also got to play multiple games of Risk. And if I want to just throw it out there to the viewers, throw it in the comments below. If you're a Risk player, I want to know, because I think we need to have a Risk tournament at some point at Walt Disney World. I've been married to my beautiful wife for 13 years. We play Risk frequently. I'm not exaggerating. I've never beat her at the game.
Ever?
She's undefeated at Risk against me. She's ruthless. She's almost Emperor Palpatine-esque when it comes to her ruthlessness in the game. So if you're a Risk player, I want to know, because I think we can get a game going at the WDW, and I owe Linz and Spoon a game, because I think that's going to be something we can incorporate. So more than you wanted to know, but it was an interesting week here at the Crow's Nest.
I will say, when you were talking about the yellow iceberg, my one caveat about stress eating is that when we lost water, I did cut back on the stress eating because I didn't want to create anything that required water in a toilet anymore. So I wanted to stop. They scaled it back just a nudge, maybe only 3 brownies a day instead of 6. Or as Jackson Spoon pointed out, that we had 12 donuts and now they're gone and he only had 2.
When you don't have water to flush your toilet,
You got to go gather the snow.
That causes some serious decision making, as Linz and Spoon have articulated. It's not normal living.
I only had to mellow on mellow once. So we were,
It's yellow. Let it mellow.
We have 3 showers.
Mellow and mellow.
Learned all sorts of new tricks, like Jez getting snow and throwing it, melting it, or putting it in a bathtub with other water, because it actually melting snow over a stove doesn't produce a lot of water. You learn that.
It does not. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
So I heard something earlier from Lynn's that we incorporated here because we had no power and our house was sort of maintaining heat. We actually built an outdoor refrigerator so it was colder outside than it was in our refrigerator. Mm-hmm. So we built an outdoor. Were you the only household that did that? Or if anyone else did, I want to hear that story.
Oh, many people did. I saw their stories and read them. They took their stuff, stuck it outside in various ways.
Our garage was our first outdoor refrigerator because our garage was below freezing and we just piled a bunch of perishables. The eggs I thought we were going to lose ended up having more eggs, I think. But then we moved it outside into the snow because Jared has a Yeti, not the Yeti.
But the
so bougie.
There was one point I opened up my fridge and I did not lose power, so there was still heat in my house. But I opened up my fridge and thought, my fridge isn't cold. And then I realized, no, it's just cold. It's just cold. So you're used to like that burst of cold air, and you're just like, no, it's just cold. Just close it. Because we were all encouraged to turn our thermostats down so that you can conserve energy for other people. But at the same time, we're told you might have a rolling blackout. So your house might need to be warm in case your power goes out. So what are you supposed to do? The whole time it was like living in this angst. It was the Schrodinger's cat of weather preparedness.
Because I'm in charge of the channel, this is where I take over for 30 seconds to talk directly to Heather Jurgensen and no others. So, Heather, I got my copy of the new High Republic book. I'm going to start it this weekend. I got 15 seconds to tell you that I'm also fully invested in these new Marvel comics that are coming out. They're canon. They're glorious. This one's called Shattered Empire. So, HJ, I'll send you a review offline, but that was my 30 seconds of HJ specific material. Sorry, everyone else. That was specifically for her.
I'm going to bust this all up.
Why?
I'm getting on the bandwagon. Jay Crows, I ordered one of the High Republic books. I have not read it yet. I'm looking at it right now, and I cannot get up to get it because the laptop is on my lap, plus a blanket and a cat where you cannot see him. But that's the one. I have that one, and I have the other two on my wish list on Amazon, and I fully intend on reading them after I finish the Clone Wars on Disney Plus.
HJ, that's us changing lives, my friend.
I was wondering if I could take over the reins just for a second, because I'm wondering if, Jackson, maybe you can share some of the wisdom we gained about camping after our 50-ish, however many hours off the grid.
Jackson loves camping. He is a camping expert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have 2 words. It's dumb. What we did was camped in our house. So why would you buy all kinds of equipment just to pretend like you don't have power or water? So we've experienced that here. So I'm not going to voluntarily experience that in the nature, in trees where there could be bears or wild boars or, tyrannosaurus
polar bears
or anything like that. So
armadillo,
possums,
squirrels,
chupacabra, anything like that. I want to stay away from all those things. So like being in a house that has heat, like it's pretty hot right now. I'm about to take off this beanie, but then it's gonna take away from my consistent look here. So like being inside where it feels like it's inside is where I like to be.
You look like Han Solo, by the way.
Yep, that is his Han Solo jacket.
You're welcome.
This is a Millennium Falcon zipper pull. It's reversible.
That's why we're friends.
Never invite us on a camping trip. Anyone in the world, anyone in the ether will say you're dumb.
Say, this is not worth it.
What about glamping? I would glamp.
I've glamped.
I think if that involves grid-like amenities,
Heat,
yeah,
television,
yeah,
refrigerator. Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
If the slackers ever say, "Hey guys, we're going to be at Fort Wilderness in the camping section," probably not us talking. I've stayed at Fort Wilderness in the cabins twice, but like, popping up a tent there and going to the public restrooms and showers, I don't think, even though that's at the most magical place on earth, don't know if that's so magical for me.
Oh,
Outhouses are never magical.
No.
And we're not like anti-trees. Like trees are fine and nature is fine. Like I like a good vista, but like enjoy it from the comfort of a climate-controlled environment. Is it safe to say, friends, that every person in the state of Texas will say you're dumb if you go camping right now?
Except for the people that already owned a camping stove and were like, that came in clutch when I didn't have power.
Yeah.
And all the camping equipment. But even like, I know somebody who has all the camping equipment, likes to do the camping, and she was without power for a very long time and said, this is for the birds, and went to somebody's house. So even the most prepared camper thought this was dumb.
Broke them.
We're buying a generator at the Grow House in case this ever happens again. That's how scarred we are.
Just make sure it's at least 20 to 30 feet away from your house. Don't run it in your garage. Definitely don't run it in your house.
That's great PSA. Look at that. Thumbs up and everything.
The roads are pretty jumpy, and more than one occasion, I felt like I was on Kilimanjaro safaris, where I just took a turn. I was like, if you look to your right, you're going to see some okapi right there. They're a relative of the giraffe. And then if you look to your left here, you're going to see an elephant nursing on its mother. Then you drive here, we're going to go down the savannah, and you're going to see these things. They're not hyenas. They're wild dogs. They're the most efficient hunters in the savannah. So
I can hear you yelling from this room. I was like, who's yelling outside? Oh, it's you.
I get into my safari driver thing. I think that's
who are you channeling just then?
I need to do a little more Don, the safari driver. I haven't seen him in a couple years, but he was the best driver. Tired, but yeah, that's some of the examples I did were Don, the safari driver. Don,
the safari driver. We love you. We hope you're a fan of the channel, and he would be the greatest guest Q&A we could ever have on this channel.
Yes,
if we could just make contact. So Don, comment below if you're watching.
Yes. Don, if you know who Don is, you have the best safari. Yeah,
Skitty Cat, find Don for us.
Find Don.
Captain Skitty Cat.
Yeah, Don is like every other safari driver, pales in comparison to Don.
I can tell you that Jarox and Spoon actually did start narrating one of our drives like that. It might have been
narrated the drive this morning too.
It's the right thing. On your left, you can see the minivan we're about to hit because we're sliding across the ice.
So we've waxed poetic on our traumatic experience. I think the moral of the story is we all made it through it, and we're all better because of it. This was a trying time at the end of a long campaign against the pandemic to get thrown this curveball. So I'm really sorry that Linz and Spoon didn't make it out to the WDW. That's probably the biggest casualty that I have had in my periphery. So I'm sorry, guys.
But we're going. We are going. And like sometime in the next 2 weeks, we're going to go.
Never mind. I apologize. I threw sympathy your way.
I rescind all the sympathy I've just
I felt like that was unearned sympathy. I think the biggest casualty was the live in-person race, the latest in the runSlackers series, that we have to make the Classy Sachet virtual. That is true casualty.
Good save, Linz.
But, one of the things that this sinks into, I'm gesturing with my lightsaber, is overall, I feel really lucky because even though Linz and Spoon Manor lost power and water, thinking of the rest of the Fab Five, Linz and Spoon are the only living creatures in their house. So we are not tending to kitty cats or puppies or tiny humans. And so it was just us making food and eating, stress eating, trying not to poop, and playing Nintendo Switch.
I will tell you, the moment that we lost water or started to lose water, no, I think it was right after I was like, we're done. The tiny human yells, I need to go poop. So I was like, well, guess I'm going out and getting some snow to melt.
Right.
So we can flush that toilet.
It's been an adventure out here at the great state of Texas, particularly here in the storybook capital of America. But I want all of you to know that these slackers were strong, they were healthy, and they were safe to live another day. Thanks for joining us on this journey. We will see you, hopefully, virtually for the Classy Sachet. Signing off on behalf of the Fab Five. Like, subscribe, tell your mom about the Classy Sachet.